All right, guys, we got Bitcoin coming in at 98,000. We had a nice pump up a couple days ago to 102, now back down to 98. We had a bunch of good news. We had talking about a Bitcoin strategic reserve the other day. Didn't do much for price. Actually, we got a price dump right after that. It's been a weird market. I'm noticing that pretty much all of your big YouTubers are talking about might not get an alt season. Alt season might be over. This alt season might be different than previous alt seasons. And, I'm not going to come here and say that's not possible. There's a lot of new coins right now. There's a lot of fluff in the market. And it is possible that we don't get your traditional alt season where everything just goes parabolic at once. I was listening to Crypto Rand this morning. He was talking about that a little bit. I kind of agree with it. And I think that's kind of a worst case scenario. And if it does happen, we're probably going to have to look at getting out of some of these coins as they pump. I mean, if you were in Solana at $8 or $10 and it went up to almost $300, that was probably the time to get out. And I would suggest if Solana pumps back up to $250, $300, get out of it. Same with XRP. XRP pumped when nothing else was pumping. It went to $3. If XRP goes to $4 or $5, it's time to get out, even if nothing else is pumping. So this is kind of what we're going to talk about today a little bit. Just like this may be a non-traditional alt season because of so much money in the market, we're going to talk about a little bit about market exhaustion. And it is kind of concerning that even now when we get good news in Bitcoin, that we're not getting much of a pump above $100,000. It's kind of like almost like Bitcoin's kind of found its local top now of about $100,000, and it really just doesn't want to go past it. And that could change at any moment. So let's play a little bit of Rand. Rand Nooner was talking about today. I don't always agree with Rand Nooner, but he might have a point here. Here he's talking about the market exhaustion. Then we're going to play a little clip of him talking about a non-traditional alt season where it's just impossible for everything to pump and go parabolic at the same time because there's just too much money in the market. So let's play a little bit of this.
Market exhaustion is when the assets that can push a market up have been exhausted or depleted. So when you get to a point where the market does not respond to good news anymore, then you're in a point where you're saying that the assets which are used to push a market up have been depleted to the point where they're now exhausted. And that is what we're currently going through. And the sign for that is when you get a market that doesn't respond on good news, then the market is depleted or exhausted. If the market responds very, very, very badly to bad news, which is exactly what we saw 2 or 3 days ago, then you're in a worse point than market depletion. You're in a point of market exhaustion. Okay, what does that mean? When the market speed or the market momentum is being depleted, what you'll realize is that the rises aren't as aggressive anymore. And you'll agree with me that we haven't had, for a long time, we haven't had an aggressive rise in market pricing at all, right? We just haven't had an aggressive move in markets. The most that we can do is we managed to move Bitcoin from 91 to 106. We haven't had a massive move in the market. And the reason why that's happening is because all the people that wanted to invest, all the assets that wanted to come into the market to move the market up are depleted. And the market is exhausted. And to make things worse, when the market actually responds very badly to bad news, what it means is that the market not only has been depleted, but we have gone beyond the point of depletion where people are actually borrowing money to try and push the market up. And that's what happens when we get high leverage. If you add a scenario where the market is exhausted and people are now borrowing money to get into the market and getting liquidated in situations like we had the other day, every time that there's bad news, then you have a market structure problem. And to be honest, we have a market structure problem at the moment. And the reason why is right now, all the players that wanted to come in or wanted to be deployed on crypto good news are fully deployed and maybe over deployed.
Yeah, so definitely something to consider. And I'm really at the point now where I really think that it would be, with all the coins in the market, where we are in the market cycle, where really, like I've been saying, we only have until about summer to make the gains that we want to make in these markets. And a lot of these altcoins have already pumped, just not all of them. And Bitcoin's already gone above $100,000, which was higher than anybody thought it was really going to go. Trump coming in really pumped Bitcoin like $25,000, $30,000 in a week, which I think accelerated this bull run. And everybody who wanted to be in Bitcoin is now in it. You know, I saw that Michael Saylor, as we know, Michael Saylor was propping up these markets. He's not buying any more Bitcoin right now. He's out. He's done. Even he's kind of seen the writing on the wall that this market can't continue forever with Bitcoin, and it's probably time to chill out a little bit. MicroStrategy hits the brakes on Bitcoin buying. Why now? MicroStrategy is the largest blah, blah, blah. Only 3 MicroStrategy Bitcoin purchases are in the red, running at a combined $135 million loss. Following a 12-week run of gigantic Bitcoin purchases, a recent announcement from MicroStrategy co-founder Michael Saylor may have signaled that its Bitcoin buying spree could be on ice. Now, as we all know, Michael Saylor was one of the guys pumping up Bitcoin. You know, every time we would get another leg up in Bitcoin, it was always kind of linked back to Michael Saylor buying, and it looks like he's pretty much done. So definitely something to consider. You know, Bitcoin, the high, we got to $107,000. I always said, everybody talking about a $200,000 Bitcoin, even $150,000 Bitcoin, they're probably crazy. You know, I always thought we could probably get like 150. I always said between 120 and 150 was probably where Bitcoin was going to top out. We got to 107. I think we're going to get another leg up in Bitcoin. You know, this isn't me about being bearish, this video. I just want to be realistic. I certainly think we're getting another leg up in Bitcoin. I think we're probably going to get minimally like 120. And I've been saying that for a while. 120, and then your altcoins are going to make their next leg up. Not going to be every altcoin, because some of these altcoins probably just aren't going to pump all that much. I mean, if your altcoin hasn't pumped at all yet, like if you've seen very little activity, like if your altcoins only doubled in price maybe in the last year, your altcoin's probably not going to do much. I hate to say it. All the altcoins that have pumped the most are kind of the chosen ones right now. Like even like a coin like Solana. You could even say Theta going from 50 cents to $3. VeChain, a penny to 6 cents. Like coins that have actually pumped are the ones that are going to continue to pump as we go into this bull market and all season. If your coin hasn't done anything yet, I would seriously consider getting out of it. We're running out of time is what I'm trying to say here. You know, we only have a couple months left here till summer. You know, anything past summer, I would not be in these markets. We're already getting to the point right now where we're seeing the market exhaustion, and everybody's bearish right now. You know, everybody's talking about bull run over, alt season over. Traditionally, that's a good sign because it means that total capitulation. So like I said, I'm totally expecting one more leg up, minimally one more leg up, and I think your altcoins are going to do extremely well. But the point being, we are at a point now where we're seeing Michael Saylor not buying anymore, at least not buying right now. And we're seeing good news not doing as much for the markets. But we're also seeing that the stock market's down today. You know, my stock market's down because of Alphabet or something. S&P 500, NASDAQ falls, Alphabet, and AMD are down. So stock market's down today. Obviously, that's not going to help crypto if stock market's down. I showed you guys this article a couple of days ago. Tom Lee, and Tom Lee's the guy. He's the guy. If you were to ask me whose advice am I taking in crypto, it's going to be Tom Lee over anybody else. He's not a YouTuber. He's a real traditional investor guy in stocks, and he's always right about Bitcoin. Ivy League educated, you know, not some guy who just worked at Starbucks last year. Now I decided to start making crypto videos. So Tom Lee says, buy the tariff dip. This was a couple of days ago in stocks, but Bitcoin is headed for much more short-term pain. And I showed you guys this article a couple of days ago. So we could be in a miserable spot for Bitcoin and altcoins and everything for the next couple months, and then get one blow off top going into summer, end of spring, beginning of spring. I don't know, but like Tom Lee said, and now Tom Lee's talking about a possible $300,000-$400,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. But right now he's talking about short-term pain. So we need to take all this information in. You know, we can't get emotional about it. You know, obviously we all want to be in alt season right now, and getting rich, but that's not always how it works. That's kind of what everybody's been expecting. These markets eventually do their own thing. They don't follow previous cycles. And it does look like, because of the amount of coins that we have in these markets, that we're not going to get traditional alt seasons where everything just pumps 10,000%. You really need to pick your coin strategically, or you might not make any money. So here's, we're going to play a little bit of Rand Nooner talking about how this alt season might be different.
If you're sitting around and you're waiting for this magical thing called alt season, where all of your old alts that don't have don't have product market fit, don't have users, don't have revenue, are going to start running, you're going to be waiting a really, really, really long time. And someone says that the reality is hard to digest. To be honest, this wasn't part of the show that I actually wanted to do today, but I think we just have to have a heart-to-heart here, because everyone's still thinking about alt season. Guys, alt season ain't coming anymore. I did a show a while back. I got all the hate where you all said to me, oh, how can you say there's no alt season? The alt season, like the alt season that we had last cycle, ain't never coming again. What you need to do is you need to think about the new types of alt season that you're going to get. And the new types of alt season, it is mathematically impossible for all tokens to continue to go up in a world where so many tokens are launching every 2 seconds, and where $130 billion of old tokens that have already launched are still flowing into the market. And if you disagree with that, then to be honest, you're watching the wrong channel, because this is logic, this is maths. Josh, do you agree with this? Andre, do you agree with this?
I made the show, so yes.
You made the show. You need to agree. We need to just come to the realization that this is what it's about. Because if you're sitting here and you're waiting for 2021 or 2017 type alt season, it's not going to happen. I don't care how much your favorite influencers tell you it's going to happen. I don't care how much they all jump on and say, alt season's coming in a month, alt season's coming in. Alt season's been coming for many months, and it just never came. It just never, ever, ever came. Now you've got to deal with the reality. The reality is this market is starting to be like a normal market. What is a normal market like? Not everything runs at once. Clusters run. Narratives run. Money flows from one cluster to another cluster. Money flows in a little bit more slowly. You know, the difference between this and normal markets is normal markets are regulated.
Yeah, and you guys can listen to the rest of this show on your own time. I actually didn't even finish it. I want to make a video before I have to go out and do some work. But I think he's right. I think we're not going to see the traditional alt season where everything just pumps at once. Like I said, we saw XRP, the XRP narrative, take XRP to $3 when nothing else was pumping. We saw Litecoin start pumping off ETF news when nothing else was pumping. Then the money gets pulling out of Litecoin, then it went to Ethereum. Of all things, everybody says Ethereum's dead, including myself. Money started flowing into Ethereum because I guess Donald Trump Jr., I don't know, did a tweet, or for whatever reason, I can't remember why. Then the money got pulled out of Ethereum. It just goes from narrative to narrative to narrative. So I think that's kind of where we're at in these markets. How's that going to change things? It's going to change things in that it's not going to be like I wake up one day and I'm selling all my crypto. Okay, I'm selling my Litecoin, I'm selling my Cardano, I'm selling my Theta, I'm selling everything because everything's up. It's probably not going to be like that. It's probably going to be something more like, oh my God, VeChain just pumped while nothing else is pumping. And it just off good news. And coins like VeChain are pumping. Okay, well, I'm selling all my VeChain. Then a month later, it might be Cardano. Oh my God, Cardano, there's some narrative around Cardano. Cardano just went to $2, $3. Nothing else is really pumping. Just Cardano and maybe some other layer 1s, layer 2s are pumping. Well, that's your time to get out of Cardano. Theta. Oh my God, AI news, gaming news. Theta's got some big news. All these AI coins are pumping. Well, now it's time to sell all your AI coins. And I think that's how it's going to be. And if you look back, traditionally, or not traditionally, but in this time frame, that's kind of what happened. That's how it's been going. Solana. You should have been out of Solana. We got $250 Solana, $300 Solana. Everybody's thinking, well, Solana's going to $1,000 because nothing else is really pumped yet. And, you know, there's probably a lot more room to go. When in reality, there's probably not. Solana's, you know, it's had its pump. And you probably should have sold it. And I think we're going to get one more leg up on Solana. So you'll be able to get out at 250, 300, 400, 500, whatever it goes to. But you can't look at it like, oh my God, my coin pumped. Nothing else is pumped, which means there's a lot more room to go because we're not in that parabolic alt season. It's probably going to be per coin. What does it also mean? It could also mean that we're not going to get those price levels that we want. I made a video a couple days ago talking about worst case scenario for whatever altcoin we're in. And that could be it. I said Cardano might not go above $3. It might be it. We might get a $2, $3 Cardano, and that's it. I can tell you guys right now, if Cardano pumps to $2.50, $3, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out of Cardano. And the way the market's dragging right now, I'm hoping we get there. I'm really hoping we get there. You know, VeChain, I'm talking about VeChain's probably getting back to 25, 30 cents, and I still think that's very possible. But the way this market's dragging right now, if VeChain pumps to 15 cents, 18 cents, I'm probably going to be out 70, 80% because we have a timing problem right now where this needs to get done within the next 3 to 6 months. So with that said, I'm still overall bullish. We're still going to make a lot of money in these markets. I'm not negative at all. I haven't sold anything. I'm looking to make a ton of money in this alt season or so-called alt season. But I do think we're at a spot right now where everybody who's wanted to get into crypto has pretty much already got in. Good news is not really pumping Bitcoin all that hard, but just the slight fart of bad news is dumping Bitcoin, which means we're probably in kind of a little bearish area right now of Bitcoin. And of course, the question on everybody's mind is, does that mean, well, we're going into a bear market right now? You know, going into a bear market right now, this early would be really weird with everything positive happening. I think we're probably just in a glum period where we need another catalyst. We need some time to cool off. We need some more good news to come out to take Bitcoin over 120. If you just go back about a week ago, or less than a week ago, before this whole tariff thing, XRP was going right back up to $3. Your altcoins were pumping right back up from that whole deep seek dump. Then we got the tariff thing, and that really hit these markets hard. It hit Bitcoin hard, and now we're back down. So we need some good news. We need some good news in these markets for at least a solid month of good news, solid pumping. Everybody's happy to get to the price levels that we want. The one negative about Donald Trump being in there, even though we got $100,000 Bitcoin, is he is looking to reform the government. He's looking to fix the government, which means he's going to be making moves that will cause some uncertainty in the markets. And of course, that can hurt the market. That can hurt our pumpamentals in the short term. So, you know, some people are saying, and nobody knows exactly what's going to happen in these markets. Some people are saying bull market's over. That's one possibility. I'd say it's about a 20% shot. Bull market's over. You're done. Get out of your coins. We're probably going to get a little pump. You know, even in a bear market, you get pumps. You'll probably see XRP pump back up to $3 for a day or something like that. Yeah, get out. Cardano might get some good news, pump up to $1. Get out of it. I don't think that's the case. The other thing is, okay, we're kind of in a little bearish time right now and going into spring and summer, we're going to pump again. That's where I'm at. That's where I think we're going to be. I think we're going to be a little bit bearish right now. We need some good news. We need Bitcoin to slowly make its way back up, go over $110,000, and the altcoins or certain altcoins are going to follow. That's kind of where I think we're at. Then you have guys like Tom Lee who think by the end of the year, we're going to get a blow off top, get a $200,000-$300,000 Bitcoin. And then we're going to go into a bear market going into or the end of 2025, early 2026. Nobody knows, guys. Nobody knows, and anybody who tells you that they know exactly what's going to happen is lying. You know, one reason I always liked Crypto Rand Nooner, even though he's a big sleazeball salesman, of course he makes all his money off Bybit and getting people wrecked. And if you guys were trading with Crypto Rand, you lost all your money, you got liquidated, and that's why you don't do leverage like Crypto Rand tells you to do, because you get liquidated. He even made a video yesterday talking about all the people, all of his followers who got liquidated. But he is a smart guy, even though he's a salesman. and he's good at looking at the numbers. At least he has some common sense. And you can't look at this market right now and say, wow, everything is going to go parabolic at the same time, and everything's going to 10x from here. It's just not going to happen. It's going to be a case by case per coin situation, and you just need to get out. Like if you get a pump in your coin, a good pump, it's just time to get out of it and then wait for the next coin to pump, or take the profits you made in that coin, put it into another coin that you have that hasn't really pumped all that much, and go from there. And that's kind of what I'm looking to do. So I'm overall bullish. I can see everybody's bearish right now. I can see the sentiment is very low. If you type in Bitcoin, half the articles are talking about alt season over, bull run over. We got the same thing happen in 2021 when we got that big dump. Everybody was talking about alt season over, bull run over. Then we got a blow off top. I mean, it happens every time. Like I said, if Bitcoin is going into a bull market right now, or excuse me, a bear market, and so are your altcoins, it just doesn't make any sense. With all the good news surrounding cryptocurrency right now, it doesn't make any sense. It's just too early for that to happen. So I do think, though, with Bitcoin, it pumped too fast, too strong. All the big funds want to buy it. They're all in it. That's why we got Bitcoin to $106,000. And there might just not be enough big funds, retail money, to get back into Bitcoin right now to push it up in the next couple of weeks. It might take some seriously good news for that to happen. Then you're seeing the article MicroStrategy. We all know MicroStrategy. We've been talking about this all year. If MicroStrategy stops buying Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not going to pump. Well, now MicroStrategy just came out and said they're not going to be buying Bitcoin. It's been a warning. Like I told you guys, MicroStrategy is a Ponzi scheme. When we go into this bear market, MicroStrategy is going to crash. It's going to be horrible. Everybody invested in MicroStrategy is losing all their money. Well, we don't have MicroStrategy pumping Bitcoin right now. So right now we're just kind of in a wait and see period. We're looking for some good news to come out. We need some more pumpamentals. When that's going to happen, I don't know. These markets pump and they dump fast. Bitcoin could be $105,000 by the end of the week. It could also be $85,000 by the end of the week. Nobody really knows. But we need to start changing the way that we think. And when we see, like what Rand Nooner said, when you see certain narratives start to pump, that's when it's going to be time to get out of your certain coin. And of course, worst case scenario, the bull run's over. We got to wait another 3 years. Just sell everything you got and look back. Me personally, and this is kind of like me, honestly, I really am kind of sick of crypto. Like, I mean, you guys can pretty much tell I don't even care about my crypto channel. It's just like me shooting the shit. I'm kind of bored with it now. I've been in crypto since 2017. I've seen everybody in crypto. They're all scammers. Even all the people in Bitcoin are all scammers. I'd rather be playing quantum computer stocks right now or something like that. So I really, at this point in the next 6 months, I just want to get out of my crypto so I can move on to another hobby. This is like one of those weird hobbies where, I did a keto for 8 years, got a black belt, and I just stopped when I got my black belt on my own terms because I didn't want to do it anymore. Well, with crypto, I really can't stop whenever I want. I can't stop this hobby or I'll lose all my fucking money. So with my crypto hobby, I have to wait until I actually get to some decent price levels. So if we go into a bear market right now, it looks like I'll be in this crypto hobby for the next 3 years until we pump again. But I don't think that's going to happen. But I really am bored with crypto. I think it's all scammers. I always hold some Cardano. I always hold a little bit of Bitcoin in case it goes to $1 million on my hardware wallet. But I don't know. I see the people in cryptocurrency, and I just see it reminds me of the sleazeballs who I've been investigating for my detective agency for the last 20 years. I mean, it's like the same people. It's like I don't know what's happened to Bitcoin, what's happened to crypto, but it's gotten completely taken over. So I'd like to find a new hobby and new investments in, like I said, quantum computers, other penny stocks, some crypto. But I do want to get out of my crypto within the next 3 to 6 months. I want to get out. I want to cash out, put that money into something else. And I really do think we're going to get there. I think we have another leg up. Like I said, everybody's bearish right now. Everybody's talking about a bull market over, and that's usually a sign that we do have another leg up. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, we have to change our thinking a little bit. We're probably not going to get the parabolic alt season where everything pumps. We need to know when to get out of our specific coins. Cardano goes to $2, $3, get out. Theta goes to $10, $15, $20, get out. VeChain, blah, blah. Like, you pick your coin, you got to get out. And like I said, if you were in Solana, like, you should already be out of Solana, like, or even XRP. Like, if XRP goes back to 3, I do think XRP is probably going to get a pump to $3, $4 in the next month. I'm out. I'm out of XRP at that point. You just got to look at the writing on the wall, guys. You got to look at the writing on the wall. So, you know, we're going to take things coin by coin, and that's how we're going to go into the next 6 months. Because, like I said, we have a timing issue where if we cannot be in these markets past summer, like being in these markets past June or July, it's like you're basically playing Russian roulette. You're like, that's what it is. It's Russian roulette. And I don't want to be in that situation. So, like I said, we might be bearish for a little bit. We might be bearish for the next couple of weeks, maybe the next month. We need the next catalyst to pump us up. And but during the next pump up, during the next euphoric phase, which will probably come soon, I'm highly confident we're going to get that, is going to be the time to seriously start getting out of these markets little by little. So that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I just want a realistic video of what I think is going to happen. If I thought this bull market was completely over, I would just say, hey, look, guys, I sold everything. I'm still up 2-3x on everything. I still made a ton of money. So, I mean, I would just say I'm out. I'm not at that point yet. But we do have to understand that, you know, Michael Saylor's not buying anymore, at least right now. And there's a lot of little shit coins in these markets. And we just have to know when to get out. When we see a certain narrative pump like XRP, Cardano, Layer 1, gaming, AI, that's when you want to get out of these coins. We're not going to wait for everything to go parabolic because that's probably not going to happen. And that's kind of that's the whole point of this video. This alt season is going to be a little bit different. We're probably not going to see everything go parabolic. When whatever narrative pumps, that's when we're going to get out of it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.